Hey guys, today I'm coming out to the wood shop to use some plans for guidance to make myself a birdhouse for the birdhouse contest. Let's see how it goes. Well, there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is, the first go-round, I didn't measure twice and cut once. I measured once and cut once, and that was it. And as it turns out, I was an inch short. And so, for that matter, I've gone back, and luckily, back over in the corner, I had a foot-wide board over in the corner, and it was something I didn't know was there, so it was a magnificent find on my part. I've now cut the two pieces down to the correct size, and I'm about to lay on my, ooh, I almost showed you my pattern. It's a surprise. So let's move into how I do this. I got my piece of wood, and I've got a large sheet of carbon paper. Now for the younger people in the crowd, carbon paper used to be the Xerox machine for everything. You would put a single piece of paper on one side, you would put the carbon paper in between, and have another sheet of paper on the outside. And when you wrote with a pencil or a ballpoint pen, it would depress this, and the carbon would leave its impression on the next sheet of paper. That was really common at the store, where you got a receipt. But you older folks already know this. Great flashback, right? So my one-day project has now come to a two-day project. And that's for the simple fact of bad planning on my part. A few weeks ago I tore out the belt on my belt sander. That thing over there. And so therefore, my next stage is to sand the two pieces that I just cut on the scroll saw so that they are exactly the same shape. Good morning, welcome back. I know that was like a millisecond for you, but it's actually been about 12 hours. I finished up last night about 10 o'clock, and it's now about 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, September 21st, 2014. I'm working on day 2 of the Birdhouse Challenge. While I was there, I also picked up a can of the paint and primer in one. It is going to be the color of my birdhouse. And I got the belt sander for my stationary belt sander, so I was able to put the two halves of my birdhouse together and round out the shape equally. So the next thing to do is start the build. So I wanted to show you something interesting. The plans that I have show a little teeny tiny piece on the back end, and what I did was I took this was a bird's eye maple pin blank, and I cut it down to a 4.5 inch strip as the plans called for, and then I took it over to that belt sander I just got, and I marked out, I lined it up on the wood and drew a line where I needed the angles to be. And I very carefully kept my fingers out of the way and sanded off all the pieces that I needed to get the shape that I need for the back of this birdhouse. So now with this back corner piece on and the front lip piece, I now have the two angles to line up the second piece, because I'm not sure how to line them up without those reference points. So now I have the top will line up right here and the back edge will line up right here. And it looks like we're good to glue it and nail this on as well. So I'm going to brand it now. So it came out alright. It's not beautiful, but I didn't want to do too much to it. And since when I'm done with the birdhouse, the outside is going to be awesome, I really don't want to have these entry sticker on the outside anywhere. So this way, at least the bird will know how it got such an awesome house. So the next thing I want to do, instead of putting this side panel onto the other side, the front surface of this is going to be painted black, and the lower portion of the back is going to also be painted black. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now and let it dry before I put the side panel on and the top part, the shell. The birdhouse that this is going to be modeled after has a team that's currently playing right now. And after further review of the play, I've decided I'm going to change this black into a gold yellow. So I found out how effective the spray paint is and decided that the rest of it's going to get spray painted. So I went ahead and taped off all the spaces. I put a covering over actually so that I won't be spraying any spray paint down inside the bird well where the nest and stuff will be. And I've also put the cover on the bottom. I did remember to sand this piece, and I've taped it on. And I'm covering up all the spots where the glue seams are going to be as well. So I'm headed outside to spray paint it. Hey, this is Jay in the Backyard Woodworks. Spent 2 days working on this birdhouse for the Summers Woodworking Birdhouse 2014 contest. This is my entry. It's a Washington Redskins football helmet, but it's a birdhouse. How do you like that?